Welcome to Bible in a Year with Scott Purcell. I'm so glad you're joining me. This is a daily reading of portions of the Bible, following a plan that will include the entire Bible in a year. And now, let's open the book and begin our readings. This is the reading for day 137. If your reading is aligned with the calendar year in a non-leap year, this is for May 17th, or in a leap year for May 16th. The Old Testament reading is from Ruth chapter 3 and chapter 4. Ruth chapter 3. Now Naomi, her mother-in-law, said to her, "My daughter, should I not seek for you security that things may be good for you? So then, is not Boaz our kinsman, whose maidservants you were with? Look, he is winnowing the barley at the threshing floor tonight. Wash, anoint yourself, put your clothing on, and go down to the threshing floor. Do not make yourself known to the man until he finishes eating and drinking. And when he lies, take note of the place where he lies. And you shall go and uncover his feet and lie down, and he shall tell you what to do." And she said to her, "I will do all that you say." And she went down to the threshing floor, and did all that her mother-in-law had instructed her. And Boaz ate and drank until his heart was merry, and then he came to lie at the end of the grain heap. And she came in quietly, and uncovered his feet, and lay down. And it happened in the middle of the night, the man was startled, and he reached out, and behold, a woman was lying at his feet. And he said, "Who are you?" And she said, "I am Ruth, your servant. Spread your garment over your servant, because you are a redeemer." And he said, "You are blessed by Yahweh, my daughter. You did better in this last kindness than the first, by not going after young men, whether poor or rich. And so then, my daughter, do not be afraid. All that you ask I will do for you, for the entire assembly of my people knows that you are a worthy woman. Now truly I am a redeemer, but there is also a redeemer of a closer relationship than me. Stay tonight, and in the morning, if he wants to redeem you, good. But if he is not willing to redeem, then as Yahweh lives, I will redeem you. Lie down until the morning." So she lay at his feet until morning, and got up before anyone could recognize each other. And he said, "It must not be known that you came to the threshing floor." And he said, "Bring the cloak that is on you and hold it out." And she held it out, and he measured 6 measures of barley and put it on her cloak. Then she went into the city. And she came to her mother-in-law, and she said, "How did it go for you, my daughter?" And she told her all that the man did for her. And she said, "These 6 measures of barley he gave to me, for he said, 'You shall not go empty-handed to your mother-in-law.' And she said, 'Wait, my daughter, until you know how the matter turns out, for the man will not rest, but will settle the matter today." Ruth chapter 4. And Boaz had gone up to the city gate and sat there. And look, the Redeemer of whom Boaz had spoken was passing by. And he said, "Come over here to sit, friend." And he came over and sat. And he took 10 men from the elders of the city and said, "Sit here." And they sat. And he said to the Redeemer, "Naomi, who returned from the countryside of Moab, is selling the tract of land which was for our brother Elimelech. And I thought I would tell you and say, buy it in the presence of those sitting and before the elders of my people. If you want to redeem it, redeem it. But if you do not want to redeem, tell me so that I may know, for there is no one except you to redeem it, and I am after you." And he said, "I want to redeem it." And Boaz said, "On the day of your acquiring the field from the hand of Naomi, you also acquire Ruth the Moabite, the wife of the dead man, in order to raise up for the name of the dead his inheritance." And the Redeemer said, I am not able to redeem for myself, lest I ruin my inheritance. You redeem for yourself my kinsman redemption, for I am not able to redeem it." Now, this was the custom in former times in Israel concerning the kinsman redemption and transfer of property. To confirm the matter, a man removed his sandal and gave it to his fellow countryman. This was the manner of attesting in Israel. So the Redeemer said to Boaz, "Acquire it for yourself," and he removed his sandal. And Boaz said to the elders and all of the people, "You are witnesses today that I have acquired all that was for Elimelech, and that was for Chilion and Mahlon from the hand of Naomi, and also Ruth the Moabite, the wife of Mahlon, I have acquired as a wife, to raise up the name of the dead over his inheritance, so that the name of the dead may not be cut off from his relatives and from the gate of his birthplace. You are witnesses today." And all of the people who were at the gate and the elders said, "We are witnesses. May Yahweh make the woman coming into your house as Rachel and as Leah, who together built the house of Israel. May you have strength in Ephrathah, and bestow a name in Bethlehem. And may your house be like the house of Perez, whom Tamar bore to Judah from the offspring that Yahweh will give to you from this young woman." So Boaz took Ruth, and she became his wife. And he went in to her, and Yahweh enabled her to conceive, and she bore a son. And the women said to Naomi, "Blessed be Yahweh, who today did not leave you without a redeemer. And may his name be renowned in Israel. He shall be for you a restorer of life, and a sustainer in your old age, for your daughter-in-law who loves you, who is better for you than 7 sons, has borne him." And Naomi took the child, and she put him on her bosom, and became his nurse. And the women of the neighborhood gave him a name, saying, "A son has been born to Naomi." And they called his name Obed. He was the father of Jesse, the father of David. Now these are the descendants of Perez. Perez fathered Hezron, and Hezron fathered Ram, and Ram fathered Amminadab, and Amminadab fathered Nahshon, and Nahshon fathered Salmon, and Salmon fathered Boaz, and Boaz fathered Obed, and Obed fathered Jesse, and Jesse fathered David. The New Testament reading is from John chapter 9, beginning with verse 35, through John chapter 10, verse 21. John 9:35. Jesus heard that they had thrown him out, and finding him, he said, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" He answered and said, "And who is he, sir, that I may believe in him?" Jesus said to him, "You have both seen him, and he is the one who is speaking with you." And he said, "I believe, Lord," and he worshipped him. And Jesus said, "For judgment I have come into this world, so that those who do not see may see, and those who see may become blind." Some of the Pharisees who were with him heard these things and said to him, "We are not also blind, are we?" Jesus said to them, "If you were blind, you would not have sin. But now you say, 'We see,' your sin remains." John chapter 10. Truly, truly, I say to you, the one who does not enter through the door into the fold of the sheep, but climbs up at some other place, that one is a thief and a robber. But the one who enters through the door is the shepherd of the sheep. For this one the doorkeeper opens, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. Whenever he sends out all his own, he goes before them, and the sheep follow him because they know his voice. And they will never follow a stranger, but will flee from him because they do not know the voice of strangers. Jesus told them this parable, but they did not understand what it was that he was saying to them. Then Jesus said to them again, "Truly, truly, I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. All those who came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep do not listen to them. I am the door. If anyone enters through me, he will be saved, and he will come in and will go out and will find pasture. The thief comes only so that he can steal and kill and destroy. I have come so that they may have life and have it abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired hand, who is not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, sees the wolf approaching and abandons the sheep and runs away, and the wolf seizes them and scatters them, because he is a hired hand, and he is not concerned about the sheep. I am the good shepherd, and I know my own, and my own know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And I have other sheep which are not from this fold. I must bring these also, and they will hear my voice, and they will become one flock, one shepherd. Because of this the Father loves me, because I lay down my life so that I may take possession of it again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down voluntarily. I have authority to lay it down, and I have authority to take possession of it again. This commandment I received from my Father." Again there was a division among the Jews because of these words. And many of them were saying, "He has a demon and is out of his mind. Why do you listen to him?" Others were saying, "These are not the words of one who is possessed by a demon. A demon is not able to open the eyes of the blind, is it?" The wisdom literature reading is from Psalm 62, all 12 verses, Psalm 62. For the music director, on Jeduthun, a psalm of David. Only for God my soul waits in silence. From him is my salvation. Only he is my rock and my salvation, my high stronghold. I shall not be greatly shaken. How long will you attack a man? All of you will be shattered like a leaning wall, a tottering fence. They only plan to thrust him down from his high position. They are pleased with deception. With their mouths they bless, but inwardly they curse. Only for God wait in silence, O my soul, because my hope is from him. Only he is my rock and my salvation, my high stronghold. I shall not be shaken. On God rest my salvation and my glory. God is my strong rock, my refuge. Trust him at all times, O people. Pour out before him your heart. God is a refuge for us. Only a vapor are men of low degree, a deception are men of high degree. Weighed in a balance, together they are lighter than a vapor. Do not trust in extortion, and do not put vain confidence in robbery. If wealth increases, do not set your heart on it. Once God has spoken, twice I have heard this, that strength belongs to God. And to you belongs loyal love, O Lord, because you will render to each according to his work. This concludes the reading for day 137. Thank you for listening. These daily readings are made possible by your generous support of the Global Outreach Ministry of Scott Purcell. To partner with us and enable this work and others like it, please visit huttobible.com/give and select Go Pastor Support from the fund list. You can also sign up for ministry updates at scott-purcell.epistle.org/subscribe. Both of those links can be found in the podcast description. Thank you for helping us share God's Word.